Strap on in because I'm about to tell you the entirety of my YouTube career. Or lack of. That's why I'm quitting. I wanted to do YouTube for so many years. I dipped my toe into the animation scene back in like 2008 and people at school found those videos and bullied me, so I took them off the internet, deleted them, and now I really regret that. So don't delete any of the videos that you've uploaded, kids. Just save them for future you to enjoy and cringe over, because that's what I wish I could do right now. But anyway, I watched a load and load of different kinds of videos, from game reviews to vlogs to let's plays, a huge variety of genres. And around Easter of 2013, my mate Kyle introduced me to a game called League of Legends, which I got a very worryingly crippling obsession with for about 5 years. I didn't think I was going to play this game for very long, so I just made an account, looked out at Kyle's window, and the first thing I saw was a pretty flower. So that was my username. Well, moving on a bit, I got super into League of Legends and I found a load of League of Legends YouTubers, but mainly I found a League of Legends YouTuber called Spazzy. Now I love Spazzy and I still do. I watch all his videos and catch him streaming whenever I'm free. But the thing that I loved about him was his style, and to be honest, I completely ripped it off. He was one of the main reasons why I started doing YouTube in the first place. So I went out with my student loan and bought an iMac and downloaded a illegal copy of Final Cut Pro 10, and then on the 6th of November 2013 I uploaded my first ever video, which is going to be at the end of this video. Now this video was shit, but I really enjoyed making it, which is why I made about 200 more. And I dubbed this series Time to Sweat because, and this is a term I'm pretty sure we created in the shed, which was where we all used to play video games together when we were like teenagers. When you'd be playing Mario Kart and you had your GameCube controller and you'd be playing it in a hot stuffy shed or in your bedroom or whatever for an extended period of time, and then you pass the controller over to your friend and your friend grabs the controller and he's all like, oh, what the hell, it's all clammy. That is sweating it, because you were literally sweating over the controller. So I completely ripped that off and called my series Time to Sweat, and that is why it's called Time to Sweat, for those who were wondering. Probably no one. So I did the grind for many months and I created a new series called You Can't Milk Those. It was basically a clip series for little clips that didn't quite make a huge episode of Time to Sweat, but a bunch of little clips that just were funny and just happened. And to give you an idea of what this grind truly was, I finally hit 100 subscribers on the 18th of September 2015. Pretty much 2 years after I released my first video. That's how long it took. But I made my 100 subscriber special, which I'm truly proud of, and was the first of many sketches that I created. Some I was more proud of than others, but you know, that's how you learn. So after reaching this milestone, I was stoked, and I just kept on going, and then I finally got my first big break. You Can't Milk Those 11 went semi-viral on the League of Legends subreddit. My mate Kyle posted it on Reddit with the most clickbaity title and it got about 80,000 views, and I gained about 500 new subscribers. Needless to say, the 500 special was pretty rushed. But lo and behold, it happened again. A couple of You Can't Milk Those later, that one went semi-viral on Reddit too. So things were looking up, and I was still at university at this point, so I had all the time in the world to create videos. So create videos I did, and I created 2 more shows. Stratic Shiv, which is where I asked for you to put down in the comment section what team composition you wanted us to play, and we'll try and pull it off. I loved this show because it had viewer interaction, which I was very proud of. And back then people actually watched my stuff, so, you know, awesome. And Arsehole Zach, formerly known as Champion Chance, because I had to change the name because it had the word arsehole in it, which is, you know, YouTube big baby time kind of problem. Now this show saw me go through each champion in alphabetical order, where I make like a kind of little dark mainy uber dangery kind of skit about each champion. I only made about 7 because it was a lot of work, and turns out making a 10-minute video about a champion that's doing something out of the meta, like ADC Azir or tank jungle Anivia, was kind of tough. So I personally see this era as my stride, from like Time to Sweat episode 25 to about 40. The midway You Can't Milk Those and the first couple of champion chances I created, I was truly proud of. And I also managed to hit 2 videos a week for a good couple of months, until I graduated from university and got a job at Costa. Needless to say, my free time was very limited, so in my opinion that's when the quality of my videos dipped and I kind of lost interest in the whole YouTube thing because of a little thing I like to call post-uni depression. But we'll get back to the whole mental health side of things later on in the video. All things were not lost. It was around this time when I started streaming over on Twitch, and I was having a lot of fun. But the problem is, I'm a shy boy, and talking to randoms made me a bit uncomfortable at first. I can do it now, but back then I'd be like, oh, hello person I've never met before, you come to watch me play video games. It didn't help that some people were rude, but there were some good stories to be had, like on the 8th of March 2016 was my 24-hour live stream. My mate Cam and I stayed up for 24 hours and played a shit ton of League of Legends and Minecraft, and I remember like playing League of Legends with Ben, him being like, alright boys, I'm off to bed, he like sleeping and waking up like 8 hours later. Obviously we're still streaming because it's 24 hour, and in the morning he hops on and just plays again with us. That was actually a lot of fun. But I primarily did this 24-hour live stream because my sleeping pattern was abysmal. I'd be going to bed at 5 in the morning, waking up at like 3 in the afternoon. It was not good, and I needed to sort that out because of my Costa job. So needless to say, I did a 24-hour live stream, slept a shit ton, woke up at 7 in the morning, and it worked. My sleeping pattern was fixed. But to be honest, the limited time I had didn't actually prevent me from making videos still, because I still made videos at the weekend. And it was around this time when I almost hit 1,000 subscribers. So I created a 1,000 subscriber special. Ben, James and I went in my garden and just filmed a bunch of random shit, and we were going to call it Ben the Alcoholic. Now that video is on my channel now, but I never actually hit 1,000 subscribers, so back then it didn't see the light of day. And it's only on my channel now because I just didn't want the idea to go to waste. I never actually hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel either. I got so close twice. I was on around 960 subscribers on both channels, and it's a bit frustrating that I never breached it, but at the same time, it's just a number. As long as people were watching, I didn't mind. So anyway, after working at Costa, I kind of hated it. So I decided to jump ship, start fresh, and move back home with my mum and my sister. But this whole point in my life, I was a bit lost. Post-uni depression, post-uni blues, whatever you want to call it, was settling in hard, and I just didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And I also was losing interest in League of Legends, so I implemented different games to my YouTube channel, which, to be honest, people did enjoy for a bit, and then they were like, where's all the League stuff? So I moved back home and got a job at Card Factory, and to be honest, I actually didn't mind working at Card Factory. The people I worked with were super cool and chill. But having said that, even though the people I worked with were fine, and the work I was doing was fine, I kind of hate the general public. The general public are a bunch of idiots. So I swiftly changed gear and decided, you know what, I'm gonna give editing a shot. And it was only when I hit rock bottom that I decided I actually wanted to do this for a living. So if you're watching this and you don't know what you want to do for a living, go work in retail, realise how shit it is, and then that will drive you to actually get off your ass and do the thing you love doing and make a career out of it. So what did I do? How did I begin? I started off by emailing hundreds of YouTubers. I emailed YouTubers ranging from Let's Players, vloggers, game reviewers, League of Legends stuff, everything, every kind of genre that you can think of, I emailed them. I even emailed Spazzy, but sadly he did not get back to me. 2 YouTubers got back to me. Sunnysplosion and Noggin. With these 2 YouTubers under my belt and the safety net of living back with my mum, I quit Card Factory and started editing full-time in November of 2016. So moving back home, Card Factory, quitting Card Factory and started editing full-time for YouTubers, I was still doing my whole YouTube League of Legends stuff. And I had not breached 1,000 subscribers yet, and I was getting a bit frustrated. And you know when you do silly things at 3 in the morning that you come to regret later on in life? Yeah, I'm about to tell you one of them. So I noticed that I was with a network called TV Corp or something like that, and I vaguely remember signing up to them when I was like naive and first starting out, but I really regretted it because if you type in the network's name, a lot of posts about scamming comes up. So needless to say, that worried me, so I decided to leave them. However, you can only leave networks if they let you. So you click leave and within 30 days they let you know if you can leave or not. Surprise, surprise, they waited 29 days to say no. So I did it again and 29 days later they said no again. So I knew if I ever made it as a YouTuber I did not want to be with these guys. The issue being if I ever start making money off YouTube they would milk a percentage of it for free for doing nothing. So I wanted out. So I turned to Noggin, Austin, Lockstin, whatever you want to call him, lovely guy, the person I edit for. And he basically just said, start over, start fresh. Even though I was about to breach 1,000 subscribers eventually, my channel, in the grand scheme of things, was very small. So starting fresh was probably my best bet, and it's exactly what I did. So obviously I took Noggin's advice and I created a new channel. When I started preparations for the new channel, the first thing I did was change my name from a pretty flower to Smoof, because Smoof is my actual, online gamer tag. I downloaded every video that I ever created and made a note of when each of those videos were uploaded, so that I can do the old double dipping, which I did for about 2 years. I also created a shit ton of videos, about 30 of them, explaining to my audience that I'm going to be deleting this channel and starting fresh on another channel because of the network I was with. And on the 5th of December 2016 I created my new channel, and to be honest, a good 200 subscribers transferred over, which was awesome. Kinda goes to show that the other 800 odd people weren't actually watching my videos anyway, which proves that your sub count is just a number. This gave me a huge second wind, and for about 2 years I was super hyped to make videos. I even bought a gaming PC so I could record my games at a higher quality and stream without lagging. Things were honestly looking up, and I was really enjoying making videos again, alongside making videos with Sunnysplosion and Noggin. And speaking of Sunnysplosion, I was actually funneling a lot of her subscribers into my channel. This was honestly one of the best things that could have happened, and because I downloaded all of my old videos, I was slowly re-uploading them for about 2.5 years, so my channel never went stagnant. So career-wise and YouTube-wise, everything was going fine, but this is when my mental health took a huge nosedive. Now what I am about to explain is not my mum's fault. The fact that she allowed me to come back home and gave me my old bedroom back was amazing. There was food in the fridge, heating, she cleaned my clothes, made dinner. I even had half of the living room as my games room, so I basically had everything. However, going from university, where you are literally free to do whatever you want, living in halls, living with your mates, and then going back home, no matter how perfect the scenario is, something's gonna go wrong. There is something missing. And that thing missing is freedom. So it was around this time when I was hit with a huge burst of depression and anxiety. I formed some stupid anxiety in my mind about motion sickness. So whenever I got in a car, or on a boat, or in an aeroplane, so all of those things would just trigger some weird anxiety in my mind. I'd start feeling sick, and it was a whole thing. Luckily, I'm past the bulk of it now. I never thought that I would get depressed, and to be honest, I'm hesitant to still call it depression, because it came and went, but I still have off days. But, you know, it's not like an extended period of time, it's just kind of like, today I feel hollow, and I feel like an empty husk, and I just want to die. That kind of feeling. So what did I do to counter this? I went to therapy. I would personally recommend therapy to literally everyone in the entire world. The therapist gets in your head, cleans your brain, and out the door you go feeling fresh. Well, that's how I felt anyway. So we came to the conclusion that I was mentally trapped. Not physically, because my mum's home is so comforting, lovely, always warm, smells nice, lots of food in the fridge, all that motherly stuff. But no, I was mentally trapped because of things like I didn't know where my future was going. Even though I was editing for YouTubers and working from home, which was great, I didn't know when or where I was going to be moving out of my mum's house. So from my point of view, I was going to be living there forever. It also didn't really help that I was in a long distance relationship. Not because of the relationship itself. Claire is an amazing, lovely person and I love her so much, but it's more so I didn't know when we were going to be moving in together and finally end the long distance part of long distance relationship. Which also ties into me not knowing when I'm going to be moving out of my mum's house. It all ties in together. Now alongside all of this mental health malarkey, my YouTube channel started stagnating and people stopped watching my videos probably because they could see through me kind of forcing it. Forcing it because I was losing interest in League of Legends. Finally it was happening, I was losing interest in the game that I was cripplingly obsessed with. Alongside losing interest in the game and no one watching my videos, I would be editing videos for Sunnysplosion and Noggin all day, 8 hours a day. The last thing you want to do once you finish editing for 8 hours is continue editing. So let's recap. I was living back at my mum's, which was amazing and she is amazing, but I felt mentally trapped. My YouTube channel was stagnating. However, the thing that was going well in my life was still my career and my relationship. Wait, did I just say that the career was going well? It started to go downhill a bit. Sunnysplosion went to study in Japan, which is completely fair enough. You know, it's her life, but that does mean I was a YouTuber down. I actually stopped editing for her completely. But luckily with these YouTubers under my belt, I had essentially made a show reel, and I gained a YouTuber called Captain Monk HD, who of which fucked me about. So long story short, I created a video for him. I sent him the video. He replied saying, "Great video, Zach." So he uploaded the video onto his YouTube channel, and he didn't pay me. I sent him multiple invoices on PayPal and kept questioning him on Skype about it, but he never replied. Only a couple months later, he finally did reply, saying something along the lines of, "When I said it was a great edit, I was being sarcastic. You gave me a terrible edit, so I didn't use the video." So I don't re-watch any of the videos that I create for YouTubers because I just spent hours working on them. And I've obviously moved on to the next project. So that is why I didn't realise that the video he had uploaded wasn't actually the video I created, even though it had a bunch of my edits in it. He just changed the sound. And I don't know, I really couldn't be bothered to deal with it because I was going through all these mental health issues, because I was literally, I'm not even joking, had my driving test the next day this whole situation was happening. I was flared up with psoriasis, I couldn't sleep, I was so stressed. This whole Captain Monk HD thing just wasn't helping. But as the pacifist I am, I just kind of left it. I did make a little video explaining to editors to watermark your work before you get your payment, so that the YouTuber can't take your work and just edit it a tiny bit and then upload it, like Captain Monk did. Well, moving swiftly on, because I don't want to linger on that arsehole. As for my own channel, I had recently created You Can't Milk Those 50, which was probably my last big hurrah, my last truly cherished project that I made on my channel. This video took me about 2 or 3 weeks to make, and it was a 16-minute epic full of many clips, times of laughter and cherished memories, and to be honest, I still watch the video from time to time. I'm very happy with it. I did do some work for Red Mercy and Pantsar Dragon, but none of these YouTubers were sticking apart from Noggin, who of which has stayed since the beginning, which is awesome. I'm still editing for him. Needless to say, I hit rock bottom, even though I did pass my driving test. I didn't really enjoy rock bottom, so I decided to pull myself back up, and I emailed a shit ton of YouTubers again. And one person replied, and his name was Birdkeeper Toby. And I'd also like to mention that I emailed KP at this time too. So thanks to Birdkeeper Toby and Noggin, I was able to bring in a bit more money, and I decided to move out. And the people I decided to move out with were some friends who I knew were looking for a place to live. None of them play League of Legends, so you didn't see any of them in my videos, but they were all really nice guys, and I've known them all for like 8+ years, and I knew for a fact that they would want to move in with me too. So after a couple of months of searching, because it turns out not many estate agents want to bring in a bunch of blokes in their mid-20s into a house. They were probably right about that, but well, that's besides the point. But I was just kind of moving out on like the basis that, holy shit, I'm not going to be able to afford this, but I just wanted to live with some mates again and have some freedom. And sadly, Birdkeeper Toby and Noggin on their own weren't really enough to pay the bills and rent, but I was going to try anyway. And if worse comes to worse, I'd just get a job at Card Factory again, you know? But the planets aligned and I lucked out hard, because about 2 weeks before moving out, I got an email from KP's manager, I think he is. He's a really nice guy, but he basically offered me 2 videos a week for a good amount of money, and I took the job then and there because, my god, I needed the money. And it has saved my bacon. If I just make these 2 videos a week for KP every week, then I will easily make enough money to pay my rent and bills, which was a godsend. And yeah, looks like what my therapist was on about was kind of true. As soon as I moved out away from my mum, spread my wings and flew away and got my life back together, my anxiety has pretty much diminished. I still have off days with depression, but it is nowhere near as bad as it was in mid-2017. And I do want to reiterate that it is no fault of living with my mum and sister again. Seriously, they welcomed me in with open arms. They fed, watered, looked after me, cleaned my clothes, gave me everything I needed, but it wasn't down to like what I needed physically, it was what I needed mentally. And what I needed mentally was to know where my future was going. I'm a simple guy and I like a plan, even if it's a very vague plan. If I don't have a plan, then I start panicking. But at this point, I had moved out, and I needed to work so I could pay rent and pay bills. And that involved me actually getting my act together, waking up at 7 in the morning every day and doing a proper 8-hour editing shift. It took a little time to get used to this, but I'm finally there, and I can safely say I'm a better person for it. When I lived at home, obviously I'd be like, well, I don't really need to work today, you know, I've got no rent to pay, whatever, I'll just play Persona 5 all day. I can't do that here, literally I cannot do that here, otherwise I will not be able to pay my rent. And that would be a bad thing considering my dad is the guarantor, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like it if 380 quid just suddenly came out of his bank account. So that was a huge tangent about not much about my YouTube channel. It's time to bring it all back in and talk about my YouTube channel again. Now it was around this time where I started running out of videos to double dip with, basically the videos from my old channel. And I was getting worried because I was like, shit, I have no time to make new content, what am I gonna do? I also really didn't play League of Legends anymore. To this day I haven't played League for about 5 months. I sound like a crackhead. Oh, I haven't done League of Legends for 5 months. So I decided to completely ditch League of Legends. In fact, completely ditch gaming videos, because obviously I was making gaming videos for KP. I really did not have the drive to make my own. So I decided to start experimenting. I went into vlogging. I vlogged Bloodstock, I tried daily vlogging, I tried vlogging a snippet every day, I tried vlogging only the interesting parts of my life. Turns out vlogging isn't really for me. I really did not feel comfortable just filming in public, getting my camera out in front of my friends and making them do the funny. Alongside the fact that editing vlogs is kind of like boring. Editing this video right now, I'm going to be completely transparent with you, well boring. Literally so boring. So what was my next experiment? Game reviews. I had been watching game reviewers since I was like 14. Angry Video Game Nerd, JonTron the Completionist, PBG, Kadikarus, so many game reviewers, and I just wanted to do what they're doing because I was like, mate, that looks fun. So I made a Celeste review, and to be honest, I thought it was too bloated. It wasn't very formulaic, it didn't flow very well. So I took the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee review in a different direction, and I was so much more happy with it. However, I had a Super Mario Odyssey review planned, and I really could not bring myself to write the script. I wrote about half of it, just wasn't happy with it, nothing was coming to mind, so I started writing a Sonic Mania script. Nothing. Started writing a Mario Kart 8 script. Nothing. It turns out I hate writing scripts. I love production, I love post-production, but pre-production can get in the bin. So me failing to make a third game review really made me realise I don't want to do YouTube anymore. Honestly, I don't want to edit my own gameplay footage, I don't want to do vlogs, I don't want to do game reviews. Those 3 things, well the first one especially because I know I enjoyed it, but the second and third thing, the vlogs and the game reviews, I'm pretty sure I would have enjoyed about 5 years ago, but God, I just don't have the patience, the time, and the drive to really do it these days and put in my all. Not to mention, during my experimental phase, I'd lost about 200 subscribers. I was literally about 40 subscribers away from the magical 1,000 again, but it's just a number, right? So I remember this day very vividly. I literally just sat down like this and just thought to myself, do I really want to do YouTube anymore? It took me many hours of inner conflict to come to the conclusion that no, I don't want to do YouTube anymore. And then I got hit by a 2-day-long depression because of the realization that I had failed. Even though lots of people fail at YouTube, it's a hugely bloated market. And I honestly still managed to get the best out of it because I make a living from YouTube still because I make videos for other people. But at that one single point in time, I couldn't think of the positives, only the negatives, and it hit me in a burst of depression. But luckily, like most depressive episodes, you do come out of it. And you do come out of it arguably a better, more rounded person. And I can now see that the 6 years I put into YouTube was not a waste. Those 200 plus videos of League of Legends footage I edited together gave me the tools to learn how to edit, to become good enough to work for bigger YouTubers and make a good living from it. And for that, I'm thankful that past Zach actually took the dive and went ham. Now the video you are watching right now, is the last video I will make for a long time on this channel. Obviously I will still be making videos for KP Noggin and Birdkeeper Toby, and I'm over on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram if you want to keep up with me. Alongside this, I do have a lot of other projects and passions that I cannot wait to just dive into. I have a huge, bloated level 1 to level 25 D&D campaign that I am making on the fly, and I am DMing to my mates. I have planned out the entire campaign, start, middle and finish, and all the dungeons in between. Now I just need to weave it all together, and I fully intend on DMing it to more than just my mates. Maybe my dad, maybe my mum. Who knows? But I do know one thing, and that one thing is I want to make this D&D campaign into a book, kind of like the Monster Manual. It's going to be like this huge, thick book, and the entire campaign is just going to be like that. Now, I have no idea how you go around doing this. I'm also going to upload it online as a PDF file that people can buy, and probably pirate, but that is like one project of many that I've started. I've started a band. Myself and two of my mates, Ben and Greg, have started a Tenacious D acoustic style comedy band where I will be playing the cajon. The cajon is this big block of wood, and you hit it. I'm not going to hit it very loud because it's quite late. Imagine I'm hitting it a lot. I'm going to be learning that. So I'm going to be learning an instrument instead of playing League of Legends. Some people dream of this moment. And just now I mentioned that I'm making a D&D campaign, and honestly DMing it to my mates has really got me into voice acting. So I'm creating a show reel and I'm practicing, and I'm actually going to dip my toes into voice acting as well. So that should be fun. Other things I enjoy doing are like cooking. I really enjoy cooking. I am such a foodie and I love eating good food. So if I can make good food at home, then hell yes. I don't have to go out of my way to go to an expensive restaurant to have a good meal. I can just cook it at home. I'm all over that. And coinciding with cooking, I'm also gymming and doing keto. I was 17.5 stone about 2 months ago, and now I'm 16.5 stone. I managed to lose a stone in 2 months thanks to keto, and I fully intend to just keep going. But that's a good 5 hobbies that I'm going to jump straight into, and to be honest, now I'm happy that I'm putting YouTube to rest. It's been a long 6 years of ups and downs, but overall I'm just really happy I did it. It feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Like I don't have this looming presence that I need to upload a video to appease the algorithm. But I have learned a lot along the way. I've obviously learned Final Cut, but I've also learned Photoshop. I've learned how to edit audio, I've learned how to do graphic design, I've improved my comedic timing as well. I've learned a lot of shit. I also know the things that I probably could have done better. For example, I could have collabed a lot more in the early days to get that ball rolling. As well as this, when I discovered keyframing, I zoomed in and out way too much, and looking back on the videos, oh my god, they're so over-edited. Seriously, a fight scene or a funny bit does not need zooms unless like the camera is still or it's coinciding with a powerful attack. No, I've learnt my lesson the hard way. Keep that camera zoomed out. Zooms ruin videos, don't overuse them. If I didn't buy the iMac back in the day, then I would be living my life right now full of what ifs. And I'm glad I'm not living my life currently full of what ifs. I'm living my life full of ifs. And the ifs are good. They got me where I am today, and I honestly implore you to jump into that hobby that you've been planning on doing, because seriously, if you work and practice hard enough, it could get you out of that shitty retail job. But it's time to wrap this video up. The next time you see me upload a video onto this channel, it will have nothing to do with League of Legends, and it will have nothing to do with video games. I'm going to find a new niche, which was my problem. I couldn't find my niche. But when I do find my next niche, whether it's cooking, Dungeons and Dragons, gymming, I don't know, I might be a buffeting guy in a couple of years. Whether or not it's one of those things, I will be back with a brand new interest. Could be 6 months, could be a couple of years. Who knows, but I will definitely be back. I love editing too much to shy away from doing my own stuff. And of course, I am not going silent. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and I'm going to be streaming a shit ton over on Twitch. And I'm going to be streaming a shit ton of Nintendo Switch games. So that should be fun. And seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching the videos I've created on my channel over the past 6 years. It really means a lot that even about 30 people tune in every upload. And quite poetically, I hope you enjoy my first ever video. Time to Sweat 1. It's really bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. That's severe.
Severe and Leona.
That severe splash art looks so good.
It does look, to be fair.
It looks like she's about to break her leg.
They didn't define her teeth enough, so it literally looks like she's got a buck teeth.
Like one big tooth.
Yeah.
Like Timmy from Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah. Like the shade. Okay, if you compare that shading with like Lux's mouth, now she looks like she's actually got 2 teeth, kind of.
Let's be honest, everyone, any team comp with Fizz in is just.
Yeah, strong.
But he can just playful trickster on people's faces and go like, "Hey, I'm a fish," and then yeah,
Oh, he's got a skin as well. GG.
GG. But oh god, he has flesh on F. He must obviously know that it's F for flesh. Shit.
Let's face check the bush. Do you want to face check?
Yeah. Face check.
Oh.
Face check.
No, they're going to be healthy blue, aren't they?
Yeah. Let's go try and steal it.
No one's guarding it there.
Ooh.
Whoa. Lols. Oh, what's Carla doing? She's just sitting there.
Chilling. Like, oh, we're not pushing back. Like,
oh no, Karma, Chameleon.
well, there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah. It gives you a chance to see us, I suppose. It gives me a chance to ward. Great girl, Karma.
Oh god. Oh, fiddle. Fiddle.
Fuck that shit. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Worth slash your worth.
So worth. Oh, that damage. Do you want to chill in this bush and wait for them?
Yeah.
I just want to kill her now. Patience, my boy. Shit. I missed my ult. Oh, fuck.
Oh well.
GG. Well,
Way juked.
we so could have killed Sivir as well. But Leona had to go first, then Fizz had to come down and ruin it.
Yeah.
I reckon one more auto attack. Yeah, I can kill her with my ult now. But instead I used it on her. Go! Oh fuck, it's Fizz again.
I think the best thing is just to keep CSing and getting back and hugging that tower.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the Fizz is going to constantly come down. Like, he might be on his way down now.
Yeah, true that. So let's
Yeah,
just
there we go. He's on his way down now.
fucking prick.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Let's go for Lux instead. Which is obviously a good go. Right.
Kill me.
Right, wait, sir.
Right away, sir.
I am the battery.
I am the battery, also known as Soroka. Would you like a heal with that? Oh god, Fizz is bot.
You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do.
You're gonna silence him and I'm gonna unload the D. Yeah?
Yeah. Let's do it. You ready? Wow. Where is he?
Oh, look at his health though. Phew. Where did
Should have probably known that was going to happen.
where did you go?
I literally disappeared. I didn't even die. Everyone on him.
Oh, fail flesh! I got him!
Oh, you got him.
Oh, yeah! Meanwhile, that's our base.
Meanwhile, I top in him.
Oh man. Not gonna get there in time. No salt. No salt from Lux. Completely missed the minions that weren't moving. I reckon we got this game. It's anyone's game at this point.
It is anyone's game.
Especially if Karma does that. And like... Did she... No way.
Did she survive?
No way.
What happened?
Shit. Oh, that was beautiful. That was so perfect. Oh my god.
The dots! Oh, Fred Timo is disgusting as well.
Oh, so good.